Hi, I'm attorney Vincent Davis, and I've been fighting CPS for over 35 years. Through my years of experience, I've gained invaluable insights that I'm ready to share with you. If you're a parent or a caregiver or a relative, we need to talk. I'm offering a new opportunity for you to speak with me on a one-on-one basis. Ask me any questions, and I'll provide you with the insight you need to take steps in your CPS case. Members get everything they need to gain confidence and the knowledge that they need to support necessary to truly fight back. And as a special thank you for attending, I have a special offer just for you. Don't miss out, join us, and let's take that next step together. I'll see you at the question and answer event.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Bob Pace. I'm your host for this live podcast from sunny Southern California. This you found me on Facebook, Fight CPS Bob Pace, and I broadcast on YouTube using the StreamYard application. And if you're a first time, I will go over some of the things that this podcast will do for you. But the main thing is to welcome you and talk to you about the CPS, which I call the Child Protection System. It's a branch of social services, excuse me, that is supposed to protect our children from neglect and abuse. That's neglect and abuse, but also supposed to help out families in need in the areas of food, shelter, clothing, transportation, medical, and um, medical and and a job, of course, a job. And then we're also they also are supposed to do something called family reunification. That's where they take away one of your children, but they're supposed to bring your family back together and make it so that you all will have a a bonding. I mean, the thing with family unification is the best thing because biological parents prove to be the best parents. So I strongly recommend you uh, to, to not give up. It's very hard because you're in CPS. It's really, really hard. And so I really want to see you not have to go through what you're going through and stuff. So now, this podcast, there are several ways that you can interact with my podcast. There's 4 ways roughly. The first wave is you found me here. I'm on 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, twice a day. I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time for 1 hour, and I'm on in the evening at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for 1 hour. And during these show times, there's 14 show times a week. If you miss something, they're recorded so you can look at them. And it is more than welcome because your situation is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a really tough one. Now, also during this podcast, you can do emojis such as thumbs up, smiley faces, and you can do hearts. And also, please subscribe to my podcast. Check below. And then if you want to be notified, check the notification button. Also, you can send stars. You can send stars. And let's say you want to do something more, like maybe answer a question or make a comment. Well, you can text me a message or a comment by typing in your first with your name, your first name only, the city, which is the place you're living or where your case was held. If you don't want to do the city, you can at least do the county and then the state. That helps me out. Now, I do have people from around the world that do countries. And I welcome people from around the world. I have 14 countries now. I have the country of Bangladesh and New Delhi, India, and um, uh, going up north to Middle East. There was a country that typed in Arabic. I couldn't make it out, but I have the Middle East. Then I have um, uh, Africa, the continent of Africa. I have Liberia on the west, on the north end of continent, on the coast there. I have Rwanda, Central East Africa. I have Mozambique on East Africa, opposite Madagascar, and then South Africa, the Western Province. Then um, going up to Europe. I've had England, Scotland, Wales, part of the United Kingdom. Um, and then Denmark and Sweden. Then across the pond, um, I've have North America and um, let me see here. I keep getting okay. Um, and then I've had Canada, both sides, and then all 50 states, and then dropping down to Mexico, South America. I've had Guyana, which is the east of Venezuela, north of Brazil on the east coast of South America. Didn't want to forget Mexico. I've had them too. Then across the Pacific, land down under. I've had Australia, the Gold Coast, Sydney, on the east coast of Australia, the south coast, Melbourne, in the state of Victoria. So I have a wide range of countries, and they have texts and questions. The main thing is to make sure that your comments pertain to CPS, and you should be trying to be complete with your CPS case when you type it in because it helps me understand your case. And so that is one way. Now, if you want to do something more, which I'd love for you to try to do, to be a guest on my podcast, you can schedule. Wait a minute, I'm trying to find out. I've lost my guest thing. If you can hear me, I have my producer, my show producer, Grace. I'm missing a comment for my guest. I don't see it there. Anyway, if you want to be a guest on my podcast, which means you'd share a space like me, 9 of us, it would be great. All you have to do is pick one of my show times, or my 4 show times. Like I want to be on the Monday show, or the uh, evening, or the Saturday morning show, or wherever it is. And you email it to Grace at vincentwdavis.com. Grace at vincentwdavis.com. And she will help you get on by giving you the link. And you also should go over what you can do and not do, like no eating or smoking on the show. We don't use names of children or judges or social workers. So being a guest is good, but also, if you're a guest, you're eligible then for 15 minutes to talk to Vincent Davis, my attorney, who just talked to the beginning of the show. Do have a free consultation for 15 minutes. That's if you're a guest. Or if you call in, and as soon as they get my phone number working, that would be great. Right now, my phone is, we use Vonage here, and that Vonage is still, I need a password, and I've been trying to get it for over a week now. And let me see here. So you would email to, let me take that down. I don't have the one to, it's Grace at vincentwdavis.com. It's Grace at vincentwdavis.com. And um, um, that way you can be on my podcast. Let me go ahead. Good morning, Nathan Mullins. You're from Eckhart County, Indiana. I'm currently dealing with the Department of Children's Services, which is CPS, the Child Protection System. I'm currently of your custody of your daughter and her sister. Our case worker is causing us problems, and she has moved uh, up the reunification date of the girls. Um, well, I think removing it up the reunification date would be good. Um, so um, I welcome you. Um, what kind of problems are you having with the child protection system? Um, what kind of problems are they? If you could tell me, Nathan, and I can help you out there. I know it's very hard for what you're going through. Now, Nathan is describing what his issue is. I appreciate Nathan. I'm trying to. No, he further says the mother is only cooperating with the current caseworker. We're on our third. Oh boy. The caseworker has been wrong on multiple occasions, pulling the girls out of school for no reason. Uh, they had therapy. After I called, let me see here. After I called the therapist, informed the caseworker she does not have the appointment, she threatened me with a HIPAA violation. That's wrong. That's wrong. She worked in secret with the mother on new reunification date after the threat. Well, are you and the mother still together, or are you going through a divorce? I'm a little confused there. Oh, you're separated. So, being separated, do you have custody orders of who the child is with, or what were the allegations against you or against the mother, Nathan? I need to know more about your case. There was sexual abuse of the mother's home last year. Um, wow. There's sexual abuse of someone being with your daughter. That is a tough one. Um, say no. Okay. Custody arrangement. I have my daughter for 11 years without a custody order. How old is your daughter? Um, Let me see. Do you have other children? Um, is your daughter 11? That means you've since birth. How long ago were you guys separated? Okay, your daughter's 11, but how long ago, guys, were you separated? 9 years you've been separated. So why make this surfaced this soon now? Why is it surfaced now? Your daughter's 11, so you've been separated for 2 years. Did it come up at the time you're separated, or is it just coming up now? Is it the mother being accused of sexual things with your daughter? Or are you being accused of the sexual things with your daughter? Okay. Nathan Furley says, while on a visit with a mother last year, mother's boyfriend was very inappropriate, so all the kids were removed from the mother. So it's your mother's boyfriend. This is a tough case. I feel so bad for you, Nathan. This is very, uh, kids at the early age of 11 and 12 and 13 or 14 are experimenting. And her mother is supposed to protect your daughter, and that doesn't seem to be the case. So, what is the next action? I mean, how was how was your daughter taken? Was she forced to be taken, or did the mother turn her over? How was she taken? How was your daughter taken? How was your daughter taken? We're listening to Nathan from Indiana, who's separated from his wife. They have a daughter who's 11, and they were separated when she was 9. And right now, some boyfriends were very inappropriate with the daughter, and she was taken by CPS. I asked the question, how how did they take her? Because I always like to know that, because they're not supposed to take your daughter unless they have a court order, a warrant, or you give them permission, or there's extreme violence taking place. So that's why I was asking Nathan about how was your daughter taken? I'm glad that you have temporary custody of your daughter. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Now, Nathan says the kid was taken to friends the night of the incident. I picked up the kid and took to the police station for an interview and checkup that night. Okay. Um, I'm glad that your daughter is in your hands because you don't want them in the CPS's hands because foster care will really harm the child. It's not very good. So that's really good, Nathan. I'm glad that was the case there. When's your next court date, or when's your next scheduled court date? December 12th is your next court date, and the caseworker has moved up their reunification with the mother due to arguments we've had. Okay, so the mother did not protect your daughter because she allowed her boyfriend to do inappropriate things with your daughter. That's why CPS is investigating it, but I don't understand why they want to move moving the unification is a good thing, but does CPS plan to take your daughter so that you don't have custody because you're arguing? Is that what the case is, Nathan? Is because you're arguing about your case? Okay. You further say, I do not have custody agreement, so mother has fully parental. How did you lose your custody agreement? You had told me that you were separated and that you had custody of your daughter, but now you've lost your custody agreement. Um, how did you lose that? What did the CPS do? And if you get rid of your parental rights, you need to appeal that because there's a statute of limitation if that just happened recently. Because you don't want to lose your parental rights for your child. You don't want to lose those. That's really important. Good morning, Paulette Hennessy. Welcome. Um, she now says, Paulette says, hey there, I haven't got my question together yet, but just wanted to say hi and thank you so much. Well, thank you, Paulette. What part of the country are you from? Your city or your county and your state? If you could tell me, Paulette, that'd be great. I'd love to help you. I haven't forgotten you, Nathan Mullins, and I want to help you also, Nathan Mullins. Um, right now, we've had two people in the room that are talking. We have Nathan from Indiana, who is a father separated from his wife, who I guess now tells me he's lost custody because there's an argument, and the child protection system wants to give uh, the custody back to the mother who allowed her child to, guess, have inappropriate sexual contact with other people, so she was protecting. So she's his fault too, Nathan. And okay, Anderson, South Carolina. Paulette, you've been in before, I think. You've been in before. And there's no rush on your question or anything. There's no rush. Just take your time. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. Oh, okay. You were on a verbal agreement. That makes sense, Nathan. So, how bad was the argument? Was there domestic violence happening? Did you two hit each other? Were you doing this in front of the daughter? What was what happened with the argument there? Now, one thing for all you listeners, verbal agreements with parents don't work when you have an open case custody arrangement with the child protection system. Only they can make arrangements. You parents can't do that, which is sad. Now, one thing is very important, I don't see anybody mention, is you need to have an attorney. Now, Nathan, I don't know if you have an attorney, but the attorney I'm talking about is a juvenile family dependency law attorney who can help you get your child back. Now, if you have a court appointed attorney, yes, they're free, but their caseload's so heavy they'll have 30 or more clients. They won't be able to help you. They don't fight, they're just criminal attorneys. They're not family juvenile dependency attorneys. That's the area of law that you're in. You're in dependency law, dealing with families and juveniles. So it's very important that you have an attorney. Now, at the early part of my show, Vincent W. Davis was talking about a Zoom meeting on this upcoming Saturday, and you should go to it. It'll be well worth your time in it. And um, it's on Saturday for an hour, and it's questions and answers. Now, um, I also have it that you can meet with him, and it's a little ticket that's scrolling across the bottom of my screen, and you can meet with him um, for a discounted private Zoom consultation for 30 minutes. All you have to do is go to https://candly.com /appts VWD /Bob Pace. You pay with your credit card and you go ahead and line that up, and that way you can talk to them. And that 30 minutes is going to be helpful. I even have another way that's even better, that you can be a guest on my podcast and get to talk to Vincent Davis for 15 minutes for free, no charge. And that's just to be on my podcast, on my show. All you have to do is send in an email to my show producer, Grace at vincentwdavis.com. That's Grace at vincentwdavis.com. But you really should have an attorney. I had to get one. I had to sell my home. It's something that you all don't want to do, and I know it's hard. I know it's hard there, Nathan and Paulette. You know, okay, how much to speak to Vincent? Well, right now I have two ways. Oh, you and the caseworker are arguing, Nathan. Well, that's not good. First of all, you don't need to talk to caseworkers. You don't have to see caseworkers. You know, there's constitutional civil rights. That's what attorney will help you on. And you need to be represented by an attorney if you're talking to the social worker because you need your rights protected. Right now, I have two programs you can talk to Vincent Davis. Well, there's actually three ways you can go there. You go this Saturday to his live Zoom meeting for questions and answers at 10 o'clock on Saturday, or you can schedule a private Zoom meeting by going to that website that it's the bottom of my screen, and that will that will go for 30 minutes for $60. And if you become on my show as a guest, my producer will get you in touch with Mr. Davis for 15 minutes. All I need is your name and email address, and you can do it. So that's one of three ways. So 30 minutes for $60, 15 um, minutes for nothing, but you have to be a guest on my podcast, or you can come to the Zoom meeting this next Saturday. And if you're a member, I think you have to be a member. Otherwise, there's a small fee for that podcast. But it's so important you talk to a real attorney. They're the only ones that know how to navigate around CPS. I mean, thank you, Paulette. I try to do things with my attorney, Vincent Davis. That's why I made these arrangements because I know how hard it is for a dime because I lost my job through no fault of my own in 2010. It was a horrible, horrible experience. I'd worked 45 years. I was 60 years old, and it was terrible. It was terrible. It was so so terrible. So, uh, Paulette, have you been able to come up with a question to ask me? Don't worry, because I'm on twice a day, 7 days a week. So I'm not pushing anybody to talk, just to listen, take notes, or if you want to do that question, that would be great. So Nathan, um, that is tough when you are arguing there. What you need to do is you need to have your attorney argue for yourself. You really shouldn't talk to social workers. For all you out there, you should not allow them in your home. You shouldn't allow them to take your child. There's only three ways they can come in your home. One, you give them permission. Two, there's imminent danger to a child, like domestic violence taking place, and your child is maybe being thrown around or whatever case. Arguing in front of children is wrong. Don't do that. And thirdly, it has to be a court order, like a warrant, like a warrant. And those are only three ways they can get in your home or even get your child. They have to have a warrant. You don't have to speak to them. You should speak to an attorney. One way is if you meet them outside or wherever you meet them, you tell them that, hey, I need my attorney present. If it's this legal matter, it's supposed to happen that way. It's supposed to happen that way. So, Oops. I'm getting some lag. It's really ridiculous. Now I put myself too high there. Um, so far we've been talking to several people in the room. We have Nathan from Indiana and Paulette from South Carolina. And she is asking me a question now. Her question is if the, and I'm going to say CPS case has been closed, and yet the judge gave my husband temporary custody, is there a still case with the CPS system? If your husband has the custody and the case has been closed, you need to receive a letter, both of you do, that your case is closed. Otherwise, it's still open. And so you need to have that, Paulette. Nathan, thank you. I'm currently selling most of my stuff to acquire attorney case workers due for a home visit in about 20 minutes. Well, I don't know why you want to do a home visit because they're going to try to find things to use against you. You need to have an attorney present there. You need to reschedule that with getting an attorney. I know how difficult it was. I had to sell my home to get Vincent Davis. I had to sell my home. And it was a hard thing because I had worked all my life for a home, 60 hours a week. You know, what I'd worked, I had to sell my home. At the age of 68, I had to sell my home. And it was terrible. You know, I'd worked almost 50 years to get that home. So I know what it is to go through with this. The main thing is you have to be really careful with the CPS people. They're really bad. Well, Nathan, it's never too late. You can do stall tactics. You can tell them that, hey, look, my attorney wants to meet with us. I have my attorney. You just need to schedule a time when you have that attorney. And so, you don't have to give them details. Now, Paulette says that she received a letter from them saying it's closed. However, in the temporary papers, it states I have to do all these things, parental classes, etc. So I have to go these things or not. Well, your case is open then if you have all those things to do. Now, Paulette, you have to be really careful of this because if they've taken away things from you, your parental right, whatever the case is, you need to do appeals. You need to do appeals. If the, yeah, I don't know if the case is closed. Again, that's something your attorney can tell you. That's something your attorney can tell you. Good luck, Nathan. Good luck on you. Don't say much to them. If you want to show them your house, you run the risk of them finding something else wrong. Um, Paulette further says it was closed after that order, though. Usually, you don't have to do anything if the case is closed. But do you have something that has your name, Paulette, that says your case is closed? Do you have something that says your name that your case is closed? Yeah. Uh, let's see what else you wrote here. Um, we have about 5 minutes left of our podcast. So, Paulette saying, after the temporary hearing, which states that I have to do all that stuff, is when Aguilera is saying the case is closed. But my husband fled to Florida, then fled to Nebraska. Now they're going to move again. Oh my God, that sounds like a nightmare. And it's okay. Take your time for your question. I'll be on again tonight, so it's no too late. You can also be a guest on my podcast. Um, how do I get GOL from 11-year-old son? What does GOL stand for? I'm not really good with acronyms. If I'm a guest on here, do I have to do video or can I just call? Normally, you can call if my phone number is working, but if you're on the video, yes, there is your picture going, and I know that a lot of people are intimidated by being on camera, so I understand that. That's not a problem, Paulette. At all times, I don't want to push you in anything you don't feel comfortable with. I want to take my time. I want to help you. This is wrong because you should be with your um, son. The son needs both parents, and you look like your loving mother, and it's wrong. So it's wrong. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. Oh, Guardian Lytham, yes. I know what that is. I'm sorry. Yes, yes. You know, with the remainder amount of time, what I suggest is that you put together your questions, and if you want to be a guest, you can contact Grace at vincentwdavis.com and ask to be a guest, and she'll help you be on there. Also, if you don't want to be on the cam, but you want to ask me questions, have the questions written ahead of time, and I will help you, Paulette of South Carolina. Well, you can, but right now I have about 1 minute left, and I think it'd be best to share everything tonight or tomorrow. Again, I'm on at 7 o'clock tonight, Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. And so every day of the week, except on Sunday, I have church. So I'm on at 8 o'clock. And then on Friday night, I try to do it earlier because I have Friday night football with my son. So, um, so anyway, I'm going to end this podcast. I want to thank Nathan from Indiana and Paulette from South Carolina. You're beautiful people. Don't stop. Keep fighting for your kids. All of you that send me emojis and so forth, thank you. And this is Bob Pace signing off. And I'll see you tonight. God bless you.
Hi, I'm attorney Vincent Davis, and I've been fighting CPS for over 35 years. Through my years of experience, I've gained invaluable insights that I'm ready to share with you. If you're a parent or a caregiver or a relative, we need to talk. I'm offering a new opportunity for you to speak with me on a one-on-one basis. Ask me any questions, and I'll provide you with the insight you need to take steps in your CPS case. Members get everything they need to gain confidence and the knowledge that they need to support necessary to truly fight back. And as a special thank you for attending, I have a special offer just for you. Don't miss out. Join us, and let's take that next step together. I'll see you at the question and answer event.